Ladies and gentlemen, that of course is the itch for the Switch, which we have right here on the Switch It Up Show. Yeah, Mr. Trav is not a fan of my microphone scratching, my actual physical embodiment of the itch. He can't stand it. He's giving me all the worst looks right now, but this is our Thanksgiving / Black Friday holiday, and I'm still, despite my man's just lack of enthusiasm for my enthusiasm, I'm still gonna ask him how he's doing today. So, Mr. Trav, how are you?
I'm doing really well, my man. I'm super stoked. We're rolling right into the holiday season. Black Friday on the cusp of it, on the cusp of the Thanksgiving. We got a lot to give thanks for, my dude. Why don't we give thanks to these great old beats for a minute?
Oh, why not? And we're keeping things moving here on this episode of the Switch It Up Show. We're going to do things a little bit differently. Lately, as I'm sure you've noticed, because you are a dedicated, highly sophisticated listener of the Switch It Up Show, and you've probably noticed that the segment in which we go through and talk about all the new releases, it's really been it's been long lately. And we really want to make sure that we make the best of your time. And this week, with Black Friday right around the corner, we want to make sure that we dedicate the most amount of time to talking about all these sweet, sweet deals. So we're actually going to go ahead, jump right into the reviews, and then proceed into sharing some of the deals that we see out there. I got a great list for you, and I can't wait to go through it. But first, I'm actually going to put my partner, Mr. Trav, on the spot so I can hear all about the wonderful game that he played this week.
So my whole thought behind this week's reviews was net neutrality is hitting hard. Be sure to check out this week's episode of the Preachcast because it's something that's going to affect every single one of us, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you are a Switch player doing anything cool like that. So because of that, we had these games in our back pockets. I have This Is the Police. Whoop, whoop, it's the sound of the pipe. Whoop, whoop, it's the sound of the police. Yes, sir. It is This Is the Police. Comes out December 5th, 2017. Currently, it is going to be $29.99 on the Nintendo eShop. This Is the Police is a strategy/adventure game set in a city spiraling the drain. Taking the role of a gritty police chief, Jack Boyd, you will dive into a deep story of crime and intrigue. Will Jack reach his retirement with a nice stack of bills, or will he end up broken? Or worse. Ooh. This Is the Police, ladies and gentlemen, by Nordic Games. It is one player. It was fun. Let me tell you what. I don't think that description is accurate at all. I didn't see a lot of adventure necessarily. It was strategy. It's sort of I want to call it Choose Your Own Sin City. Huh.
That's what it looks like, actually.
Yeah, because you basically look at a map and then you have these characters. If you remember the old Tycoon games, if you ever played Lemonade Stand Tycoon on any of your cell phones, it's a lot like those kinds of mechanics where you have to worry about individual people more and get their levels up, and then you send them out on these random jobs that appear throughout your city. And then different stats happen, different things get affected. There are a lot of neat choices. The game is rated M for mature, and there's a good reason. They say tits an awful lot. An awful lot. Which is pretty funny. Because it's an old dude saying it a lot of the time. He's a very grizzled cop. Very grizzled. Unfortunately, I only had a chance to play through it once. I want to see the differences that my choices would have made. Because you have different options. One of the cool little things they do as well is when some of these cops go out on different beats, different crimes come up, they won't know how to respond sometimes, so you have to make these choices, and it'll be get on the ground, and see how things play out. Maybe your cop's gonna get shot because of the choices you made. Who knows? It's really fun. I was really surprised by it, how addicted to it I got. But there were a lot of things that irked me about it. One of the things you have to do is the chief guy who's dispatching all these people. You have to choose if you want people to take vacation days or sick days or just time off. and that will affect like how your entire squad treats you. And I don't know what it was, but I kept getting asked if like people could stay home because they couldn't stop reading this great book. Like that just kept coming up. I was reading a great book, Chief. I can't focus right now. Can I go home? And I wish one of my choices was like fire him on the spot. Like that. I'm just like, are you kidding me? You're a police officer. Like that is just so out there to me. Some people show up drunk a lot. That's another thing. I was lenient on the drunks. I don't know. I made my dude fairly grizzled. I was like, "You're drinking too? Here, make sure you pour me one." At least that's how I treated the game.
But you were hard on the people who wanted to read the book.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because you're a police officer. Damn it. This is a city. I don't care about your Harry Potter. You watch the movie in the car because you're on the beat.
There you go.
There's some other neat things, neat little storylines. Graphically, it's nice. It's very pulp, detective comic-y. Sound is cool. You have the option to play like 5-6 different tracks. They're very jazzy, so if you dig jazz, it's gonna be a really good time for you. Aside from that, it was surprising. It was cool. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
Nah, that's nothing wrong with that, sir. Speaking of things, there's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with. Is that a vanilla Coke I see in your hand?
That is a vanilla Coke. In fact,
it's been a little while since I had vanilla Coke.
It's good.
Is it good?
It's a treat. It's a holiday treat.
I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, oh, you know what? I kind of miss. I kind of miss a vanilla Coke. Anyway, I'll go ahead, jump right in to my wonderful review of Stick It to the Man for Nintendo Switch, of course. It's available over on the eShop for the low, you know what, we'll go with fair price of $11.99. And it's coming to you from Zoink Games. They are the publisher as well as the developer. It is a platformer / puzzler / adventure game. The synopsis for this one: help Ray escape in this humorous and acclaimed platform puzzler. Hard hat tester Ray has a bizarre accident and wakes up with a giant pink spaghetti arm sticking out of his brain. With his awesome powers, he can read minds and change the world with stickers, but he's on the run for a crime he didn't commit. Can you help Ray out of this sticky situation? You can solve puzzles by changing the world with stickers, swing around with your giant spaghetti arm, mind read an amazing cast of characters in this story-driven adventure game. And the story, by the way, is written by Ryan North, the writer of Adventure Time.
I love Adventure Time.
Well, then, sir, you are really going to love this game. I really don't have much of any experience with Adventure Time, so it was kind of my first foray into anything Ryan North related. But for this game, first of all, right off the bat, it does something that I really, really like. We've kind of become I hate a load screen, I should say. And now we've been fortunate enough that a lot of games kind of go out of their way to hide their loading screens. And this is exactly what this game does. As soon as you start up the game and you go ahead and you hit like new game or whatever, you're right from the title screen. The thing kind of like zooms and like fades in, and you're right in the platformer. And you're platforming to try to get yourself like home from work because you're a hard hat tester. And they do like a quick little video and show you like testing the hard hats. It's actually pretty funny. You have to go on, and you're on your way home. And as you're going home, you're platforming through these like different parts of the level, just trying to get yourself home. And they're showing like the credits are like flying up on the screen, but like out of the corners and stuff, and like really like tilted and like slightly out of focus, and then in like focus pulls like on the letters and stuff. It just
love focus pulls.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks super snazzy and professional, and they're getting through the credits without like distracting from the game. And you're playing Ray, who of course is a hard hat tester, and he gets injured on the job one day. He has to go to the hospital. They end up kicking him out, and he wakes up, takes his bandage off his head, and he has this giant like spaghetti arm sticking out of his mouth. It's like this pink glowing like arm looking thing. And Ray is really funny, and you kind of just like love him like right off the beginning. They do a good job at like making you like, you're like, oh, like he's like the lovable loser. Like nothing seems to go Ray's way. But I seem to like, I really liked him right off the bat. So as you're playing, you're going through, you have this giant spaghetti arm, and you're in the first part, you're like in his nightmare or his dream, and you have to try to help him wake up from it. And it's interesting because they do classify it well. It is a puzzle platformer adventure and very story driven, because you do have to platform yourself from like point A to point B, but you have to solve certain puzzles in order to progress throughout the level. But in order to solve those puzzles, you have to go through different scenes and use the mind reading feature of his pink spaghetti arm. His arm really has like two purposes. One is kind of like a grappling hook to grab onto things and launch you to different parts of the level that you wouldn't be able to get to normally. The other is you actually, when you hit the button to select his spaghetti arm, which is the right stick, you get the option to be able to grab onto something or grab onto someone's brain. And if you grab onto your brain, that's when you can like hear their inner dialogue. And when you do that, it'll play the dialogue, and with the other left stick, you can actually fast forward or rewind through the dialogue that they're thinking about. It's pretty cool, but because of that, you really have to, in order to get the information of like where you need to go next, you have to listen to all of these people's dialogues in their brains. Otherwise, you might not be sure where to go next. That being said, I never really ran into a spot where I was stuck, or I was like, if something doesn't make sense in this game, it's probably because you didn't get to it yet. I'm always worried I'm gonna like run past something and then I'm gonna be like lost and be stuck in a circle. That's not really the case with this game. If you're stuck somewhere and you can't figure out a puzzle, you just have to go out and gather more information. So get out there, start feeling some brains, and you'll get there eventually. But I had a lot of fun with this game. The only thing I did happen to notice, the controls are a little weird. That's just me though, because as you get used to it, you're jumping with I think you're jumping with B. And then you have to use the right stick to move the arm, and then you have to pull the right trigger to like grab on to whatever you're doing. So it's weird. It's because I keep wanting to hit a button to select, but that's not how it works. It's the trigger. So getting used to that is a little strange. Bless you. And sometimes when you go sometimes when you go into a scene where there's like 3 or 4 people, and you want to like start grabbing their brain, you can't. Like, it'll act like it's gonna like reach over to them, and you just won't be able to grab their brain. But if you walk away from the scene and walk back into it, then all of a sudden you can grab them right away. That was a little frustrating.
Senseless.
It was a little frustrating because it happened to me 2 or 3 times, and in each instance, I needed to be able to listen to their thoughts to be able to progress through the rest of the level. And it just got to the point where I started to, as soon as I walked into like an area with 3 or 4 people, I would immediately walk out and then walk back in. But it was just like an extra little thing that I found myself having to do over and over again. But the game is still fun. And I like the story a lot. For $11.99, I think this is like spot on. There's a good amount of game here. It's pretty, it's simple, but there's like a lot to be played. I like it a lot. It just came out, or it's actually coming out on as the same day that this drops, on the 23rd. So super excited to be able to listen to that on Thanksgiving. So hopefully you will be thankful for Stick It to the Man. I'm thankful enough that I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5.
Well, look at you.
Yeah, man.
We give our boys in blue 4s a 5.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's a good score. I hope so. Let us know.
Honorable.
Yeah, let us know what you think of these games. You can reach out to us over on Twitter at Switch It Up Show. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, switch up the music, a little something more intense. Now, Mr. Trav, I have in front of me the Nintendo Switch Black Friday deals. And ladies and gentlemen, for all you out there in cyberspace, I'm going to go ahead and take this link and I'm going to throw it right in the show notes. I'm going to throw it right in there for you. That way you can go through here and pick through like anything that you're interested in. And I'm kind of just going to go down the list. But the cool thing about this list, the one that's in our show notes, is that it gets updated. It's been updated for like the last 3 days, like every couple hours. It's recent, as in with an hour of recording this, it's been updated with new changes. So like, I don't know, I don't really go to GameSpot that much, but they're on top of it this year, and it looks like that they have them for all the other consoles too. So if you have stuff in addition to the Switch, you might want to check it out, because for Black Friday it seems like they got everybody covered. Let's go ahead and start off with some of the games here. Mr. Trav, do you have 1-2 Switch?
1-2 Switch? No, I do not.
1-2 Switch. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like they have a bunch of like weird little mini games where you have to like milk a cow or you get to like pour a glass of water.
Yeah, but not quite Mario Party.
Not quite Mario Party, and really not even like Wii Sports. Although I love Wii Sports, they just remastered that. I would be super happy. I love Wii Sports is great. But if you don't have 1-2 Switch, the place that you want to go to pick it up is going to be Toys R Us. They have it for $20, which is pretty good. If you don't have it, I don't know, it might be worth $20. What about, do you have that Batman Telltale series?
I have the first season.
Well, you can get the whole thing for $20 at GameStop. So that might be worth it.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you're looking for The Binding of Isaac, you can pick that up for $20 over at Best Buy. I actually have not played The Binding of Isaac. Have you?
Yeah, dude. Actually, I love The Binding of Isaac. It's one of those top-down, like, shoot-all-over type games.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, I mean, $20. That's pretty good. It's a cheap price. Best Buy seems going to be the place to go for a lot of the stuff. Cars 3. I have really no interest in this. This is a $30 game over at Best Buy. So, I mean, but if you're into cars or you have kids who are like way into cars, you might want to go there. Best Buy.
I hope it's a platformer.
I hate you. Best Buy also has the best price on Sega 5, which is what I'm going to try to get my hands on. They've got it for $20. Toys R Us is selling it for $40, so don't be tricked if you end up going there. Go to Best Buy. A lot of these places don't match prices on Black Friday, so just a word to the wise. Make sure you do your research. Check out that list that we have in the show notes so you don't lose yourself any money. A little cough for myself right there. We also have Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Do you have any interest in this game, Mr. Trav?
I'll tell you what. The first one burned me so bad that I have no interest whatsoever in the second one. Also, the fact that Dragon Ball Fighter Z is coming out very soon, I believe January, if not December, of this year, this calendar year. 2018, hopefully, or December, like I said.
You're right.
Yeah, that one looks like Marvel vs. Capcom. It looks like the way Dragon Ball Z games should be. Xenoverse, it's just too difficult to play. Don't do it.
That's fair, man. That's fair. It looks pretty intense. But if you're at Best Buy, you can grab it for $20. Although technically the cheapest place is Walmart. They have it for $19. But if you're at Best Buy and it's Black Friday, do you really want to go over to a whole other store to save $1? Probably not. Another game that you've got over there is FIFA 18 for $20. FIFA's fun. For $20 though, I mean, for $20, I feel like if you're interested in it at all, you should probably pick it up. I'm personally gonna pass.
$20 for FIFA is a real good price.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm definitely gonna grab the Sega. I may or may not get the Binding of Isaac, but I'm definitely getting the Sega for sure. There's a couple.
That's the game to get, man. If you don't have the Sega yet, you should really get on that.
Dude, $20.
It's so good. I still play it.
It's a steal, man, for $20. Like you can't get past that.
So good, so much content.
You're into the Just Dance series, right?
Oh, you know it.
$29 over at Walmart, man. If you're looking for Just Dance 2018, and if for some reason if you guys out there haven't had a chance to pick up Breath of the Wild, I don't know how you haven't by now. Considering when that game first came out, they ended up selling more copies of Breath of the Wild than Switches. But you can get the Breath of the Wild Explorers Edition for $49 at Walmart, so that's pretty cool. If you're over there in that craziness, the Lego Ninjago movie is $20 over at Best Buy, so you can grab that game as well. Lego Worlds is actually $20 at Best Buy as well, although technically at Target it's only $15, so that's pretty good. Target, excuse me. Minecraft Story Mode, the complete adventure, is $15 at Best Buy. That's
the story mode of Minecraft, huh?
Yeah, I don't really know what that means. Like, if
I have no idea. I thought it was just like kids who are too advanced for Legos.
Yeah, like if it's just Minecraft for $15, I might literally buy that. But if it's not,
I've never played the Minecraft.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I feel like you have to be a genius a little bit to play it, and I am not. But I feel like people who get like way into it, I don't know if you could be good at. It's like Legos, but virtual Legos.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I've seen people I always see like suggested YouTube things that like crazy Minecraft, like somebody made Game of Thrones like everywhere.
Oh, all the time.
And I'm like, how do you
The
do
entirety of Westeros.
Like, how does your brain even work like that? Like, I don't know. They also have something we were talking about earlier, Monopoly on the last episode for $20. That's a
yeah,
dude. That's a deal. I think I'm gonna grab Monopoly.
Monopoly for 20 is not bad.
Yeah, so far I think I'm getting Sega and Monopoly, so that's pretty good price. They also have Puyo Puyo Tetris for $20. So if you're into that,
For me, that's actually that's great. I would probably pick that up.
they also have Rayman Legends for $20.
Rayman's a good series.
Solid, man, solid. RBI Baseball, which we reviewed a little while ago, for $20. Man, yeah, I know. Soldem Drop Connect Erase for 15. We did not review this game. It looked cool. I don't know. I can't remember really how much it was. But for $15 is pretty cheap. They have Sonic Forces for 25. They're the cheapest one for that as well. Best Buy is like the place to go to.
I heard that Sonic Forces was
I hear it stinks.
Absolutely terrible.
I hear it's horrible. They also have
We got the good one. We got
we did.
Sonic
Yes.
Oh my god, Mania. Sonic Mania, that's the good one.
They also have Super Bomberman R for $25. So pretty good. They also are selling, man, Best Buy is just killing it, man. If you're looking for a dock to charge your Joy-Cons, they have one for $20. They have a Super Mario Edition Switch Pro controller for $20. If you're looking to pick up another controller, they have the racing.
I am.
There you go, man.
$20 for a pro controller. Any pro controller is a good deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how good this one is, but for $20, that's a pretty good deal. They have a Racing Wheel 2-pack for $6. I would pass on that. They have a game case and protection kit for $6. The USB car charger is $6 at GameStop. That might be worth it if you don't have a charger for the car, because you can get the official one and not have to worry about it. That is, and actually Walmart actually has some wired controllers for $17. There's some deals out there, but by far and away, the place to go to definitely is going to be Best Buy. They have the largest selection of games for the best prices. They're the place to go for if you're looking for Switch games on Black Friday. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you are trying to finagle yourself a deal, let us know what you pick up over on Twitter. Anything Nintendo Switch related at Switch It Up Show. And by some crazy way, if you happen to get bored on Black Friday, remember to switch it up.